Yeah, hi there, Maria. This is Michael. I just got your comments over at my website, so welcome to my online TOEFL course. At some point today, my TA, I've already sent him over your information, and he will enroll you in my course. So, in your situation, it looks like you got some difficulties here. So you want to get 26 on the speaking, 21 on the reading, and 18 and 24 on the listening and the writing areas. And so far, I think that you're saying that your reading is usually around 19 or 17, so you're missing the reading by 2 or 3 points. And your speaking is typically 22, 20. You said one time you got 23. So you don't really have any problems in the listening and the writing areas because you always meet those scores. And you say, I am not happy with my life. But remember that you're frustrated right now. I understand what you're talking about because the pharmacy license has some very strict requirements. You can solve these problems, right? It is possible. The question is, how long will it take you to solve these problems, right? So that's really the difficulty that we're facing right now. Or that's the big question, right? So let me talk about reading for just a second. Reading is a tough one. There's about 5 things. If you do these 5 things, you will get improvements with your reading, but it takes time. It certainly does take time. For example, number one, you want to be reading each day for about 45 to 60 minutes. Read magazines, newspapers, and longer books. That's very helpful, Maria. Even while you're reading, you might pick an article or a chapter, and while you're reading it, take notes. And then using your notes, you can orally summarize the information, or you can write a written summary of the information, and that's going to help practice your integrated speaking and writing skills. That's going to be good. Now, you want to take about the same amount of time each day practicing listening. You can watch TV, you can watch movies and such, but I would really encourage you to pay close attention to these kinds of programs. News programs, history programs, science programs, maybe documentary programs. These programs are going to give you a little bit higher level English. That's going to help you listening. Now, like what you did when you're practicing reading, one of the programs may be watch it, take notes. Try to take notes on the main point, the most important supporting points, and then you can write, using your notes, you can write a summary or orally summarize that information. Again, so that you can practice your integrated speaking and writing areas. Now, that's also important. Now, for my website, I would say only focus on the speaking and the reading areas, but no, the bottom line is you actually have to really practice a lot, probably in the pronunciation area of my course. You probably need to practice a little bit more in the grammar and the vocabulary areas. So here's my recommendations right now. Now remember that once you get access to my course, you can use my course any way that you want, but I think the best plan for you is the 90-day TOEFL study guide. And that's going to have a fairly heavy emphasis on vocabulary, and it's going to give you enough time to solve those reading and those speaking problems that you have. You have some significant issues going on there, and the thing I worry about with the pronunciation is you have to really want to improve your pronunciation so you can identify more with the English-speaking culture. So there is some psychological things in the brain you got to get right if you really want to make that progress. So that would be some of my comments right now for you, Maria. So I will include a link to the 90-day TOEFL study guide in the description box for this YouTube video. Now think of it this way. You haven't met your goal in 2 areas of the TOEFL exam, but you have met your goal in 2 other areas of the exam, right? So your writing and your listening are okay, but you want to work on the reading and the speaking areas. Anyway, thank you for your comments, and maybe one more thing before I forget here. I kind of lost my track here. Going back to the reading for just a minute. So you want to read a lot every day for about 45 to 60 minutes. 2, you want to build your vocabulary. 3, you want to improve your reading speed to 300 words a minute or more. 4, you want to be familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. And then 5, you want to take TOEFL level reading practice test. If you do those 5 things, it may take you a few months, but that will definitely help you improve your reading. Now, at my website, Maria, you can specifically deal with the vocabulary, with the reading speed, and with the IBT strategies and the question types. Now, for the TOEFL level reading practice test, you're going to need to use another course, another TOEFL book. You might buy some practice tests from ETS or whatever. And of course, the reading extensively, you find your own materials for that. All right, anyway, thank you very much and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.